Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steve Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next, the little bell next to the subscribe button, Larson. Make sure you hit that. And
well,
so
why would I need to hit it?
You always get, well, I'm just, you know, the universe, the friendoverse. Make sure they do it.
I feel like you're talking directly to me.
Well, oh God, it's going to be one of those days immediately.
It is gonna be one of those days, yeah.
I texted you, I texted you this morning, and I asked you, I took the time out to say, do you want an egg white delight or a McGriddle?
Yeah.
And you're already doing this? This is already happening right now?
I told you why. The first thing I said when I walked in this morning was like, hey, thanks, I appreciate the offer, but I had just gotten home from dropping off one of my kids at school, and I had to brush my teeth before coming into work because I don't want a stinky mouth for the whole work day.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want McDonald's glorious McGriddle to taste like toothpaste.
Yeah.
It was a waste of your money.
This
so
is
I said, I'm good.
This is the NXT show, so I can shoot a little bit here.
All right.
Understanding that I was about to go to McDonald's because I don't have any eggs in the fridge this morning. I didn't want my breakfast to taste like toothpaste either. I didn't brush my teeth this morning. I usually do. I totally usually do. This morning I said I don't want some Crest smelling or some Crest tasting food, so I'm just going to go without this morning. I'm going to go medieval.
No, you're not going to go without this morning. You're going to go without all day. You're going to have an opportunity to brush your teeth.
The end of the night, yeah. I'll do it at the end of the night. So yeah.
You're going to go all day without.
Yeah, you extrapolated. That's correct.
Yeah.
The rest of the day, true.
Doesn't your mouth feel disgusting?
Nah, I'm okay. Like if I go, like if I don't brush it, like I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if I didn't do it before I went to bed. But no, I don't. You're way too sensitive with stuff. You're always like, oh, if you don't do this, and this, don't you feel weird? Yeah, me too. Most of the time.
Like this morning, I had like 2 cups of coffee because I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yeah.
And after having that much coffee, I'm like, gosh, I need to brush my teeth. My mouth feels gross.
Yeah, see, no, that's abnormal.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's abnormal. That's abnormal.
No, I don't think it is.
Your mouth should. I drink 2 cups every morning. I don't think my mouth feels gross.
It doesn't feel, well, sorry, it doesn't feel gross. It doesn't feel like I want it to feel. It's got coffee aftertaste in it. I don't want that.
That's some stuff up here, my friend. Anyways, so moving on. I know, now I'm the gross guy. I know. So anyways.
Are you wearing the same clothes you wore yesterday?
No, man, I'm fresh and clean right now. I
kind of am.
I actually put on some jeans this morning. I got dolled up, except for the disgusting mouth.
Except for the gross feed hole.
So disgusting. Anyways. It just smells like coffee. It smells like coffee, man. Relax.
Don't do that.
Anyways.
I'm going to need more coffee later on, man.
Joe Ara's here in chat wants to know, how does Lacey feel about Steve going to bed without brushing his? She would be mortified if I told all you guys that. That's for sure. She'd be like, man, now I'm just married to like a, you know, to what's a good, like, dirty person? What's an eloquent way of putting gross person?
Unhygienic?
Yeah, that's a good word. I feel like there's a better one out there, though. Anyways, we're going to talk
Filthmonger.
Thank you. Filthmonger. That should be Black Panther's next villain. Instead of Killmonger, it's Filthmonger. It's just some dirty guy.
That sounds like a W. Steve W. talent.
Hey, Black Panther, how you doing? WCW. W Steve W or WCW?
W Steve W.
All right. We're also on the Patreon, patreon.com/.
See, look at Emmanuel Morris says I have to brush my teeth after every meal. I think that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get all the food.
That's excessive.
Out of your teeth.
That's excessive. That's excessive right there.
Joe, sorry, Ricky Scurvy says the term you're looking for is Neanderthal.
Exactly. See, and look what happened to them. They turned out fine, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No, here's the thing. There was a dude. I back when I used to work a normal job at Washington, 15 years ago, Washington Mutual, when there was a Washington Mutual.
Yeah.
I worked in.
Who did they get bought by? Bank of America.
Chase.
Okay.
Yeah, same bank I'm at now. I worked in a big old building with many floors and many people, right? And my particular floor had a lot of people on it. There was only one guy after lunch. Every single day he'd be in there brushing his teeth, and it grossed me out. I'm like, this isn't
Yeah,
your
I'm not
personal
cool.
bathroom,
I'm not
bro.
cool. I don't brush my teeth in public. I do it
So,
in my bathroom.
I mean, unless you want me brushing my teeth at the sink back there.
Ideally, no. There's a bathroom downstairs you can use.
Well, then you're just getting
No, I'm
poop.
not. I'm
you're
not
getting other people's
I'm not
poop
advocating
particles.
for you to brush your teeth. I don't brush my teeth after every meal. That's too much.
Yes, that's way too much.
But I think that's kind of what you're supposed to
Isn't
do.
there something that says like you could be rubbing the enamel off your teeth?
Yeah,
and
you
do
can
that
overbrush.
obsessively.
You can
yeah.
damage your gums brushing too much.
No bueno.
I'm pretty sure I probably brush too much.
I think it's somebody's birthday today. I think it's Stevie Bradley.
It's the Enforcer's birthday.
The Enforcer's
today.
birthday?
Yeah,
Let me
happy
see it.
birthday, Enforcer.
Let's see here. The Enforcer, Stevie Bradley. Can I get a birthday shout out today on the show? Yes.
Yes, Enforcer. Happy birthday.
Man, he's like the best flipping friendo. So, anyways, Patreon. Today's the 28th. It's the last day of February. February's a very short month, and we got a couple new patrons.
Today's the last day to do.
Check it out, man.
Stuff
Listen,
if you want things.
I'll
shipped.
be getting these out in the next over the next week or two. Usually, I try to get it out before the end of the month. I got all the United States care packages from January sent out already. I do need to do the internationals though.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to get on that this week.
Hold on,
Actually,
before you do that, Tim Spulak here says, please shout out Elisa Spulak. 12-year anniversary on Sunday. Happy anniversary
Oh
to the
my,
Spulaks.
12 years with Tim Spulak? That sounds like a nightmare. Wow. Holy moly, that sounds horrifying. Yeah, man, that's a trek. That's like a couple stints in Nam right there. Anyways,
Well, how long have you and Lacey been together since the inception of your relationship?
we met, it's been 10 years.
Okay.
It'll be 10 years in October.
All right.
Yeah.
16 for me.
Yeah. Oh, nightmare. Nightmare for our wives.
Yeah. No, I am a nightmare. For my
I'm
wife.
not singling you out, dude. It's all right.
No, I'm a handful.
Nightmare for our wives.
I'm a
though.
real pain in the ass to deal
I
with.
can imagine. So the stuff that Lacey comes home with about you after she hangs out with your wife. Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a shock that they would put up with me. It really is.
At the $20 Patreon mark, look at that Friendo Care package. You get our stupid faces on stickers.
Yeah, why would you want that?
The OG Going In Raw logo. You got an OG postcard, and then a double-sided poster with Top Notch and Mecha Santa. You know, the next Friendo Care, I started work on the next comic book for like the Friendo Care package part 2.
Yeah. Tyler Riley's going to be a dad. Congratulations.
You dumb bastard. I mean, congratulations.
Congratulations.
You also get a comic book. The next poster, it's going to be the ultimate test. It's going to be double-sided. It's going to be Steve on one side, Larson on the other. So you can't have both of us.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to do that.
And then we're also going to do an 8x10. A signed 8x10 instead of a postcard.
It sounds kind of corny.
I know it is, but everybody does. Like those nerds over at Wrestle Talk do it. They have 8x10s. We're going to do it. We got a couple new patrons here. Let's see here. Julie Slattery, a founding father of the MHA Disco Dick Dan.
That's quite a name.
That is quite the name. Michael Crosby, Marcus Evans, and Brandon Ford.
Thank you all.
Yeah, get your pledges in by tonight if you want that $20, if you want that comic book. You can also get your questions on Matt Chat.
Indeed.
So yeah, good stuff.
Awesome stuff. Best
Anyway,
stuff.
Let's go ahead and talk about what are we talking about today?
It's
Oh,
NXT
hey, there's a new Fun
205.
Wrestling and
Yeah.
a new W Steve W as well.
Yeah.
Minus a Wrestle Death recap.
It is a recap.
I did a Fallout recap episode.
Yeah.
It's got 2 new matches.
Which, are, if I remember correctly, are both pretty short.
Yeah, correct. The entire episode is 23 minutes.
Pretty short.
And I have the finishes of all the matches for Wrestle Death and then 2 new matches. It's very exciting. And then what happens in Fun Wrestling, Larson? Give us a tease.
There's a huge announcement from Funhouse. Pretty huge show happening next. Oh, we have the correct calendar up there.
Your first big live show.
Yeah, first pay-per-view. Although it's not pay-per-view. It's a special live event.
Yeah, man.
Wrestling Fun Limited happening next Tuesday.
Exciting stuff.
And then next Friday is going to be We Book Fastlane.
Yeah. Super
Got a
exciting.
packed week of gaming content next week.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be gone Monday. I got to do a bunch of prep work today.
Yeah, I got to figure out if I'm going to Alex Jones it or if I'm going to call somebody and bring him in. I don't know.
Or if you
figure it
just
out.
wait, I can come in later in the afternoon. and
I
get
can't.
back.
It's not going to work, man. Because you give me a bunch of, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to get in by XYZ time. And I got a kid sitting there
I
waiting
should
for
be
me
able
at
to get in
school.
by 3:15.
Then we're done by later than when I need to pick up my kid.
All right,
So,
well.
not going to happen.
All right.
Anyways, NXT kicked off with Johnny Gargano promo.
Yeah, he came out. He seemed to have he had a pep in his step considering he just lost that North American title the previous week.
Well, he feels at home in Full Sail. Those Full Sail guys, they'll guys and gals. I think we're sort of discovering. I don't know if it's a problem necessarily because there's pros and cons to it. But because it's a crowd that sort of I think they develop just a closer relationship with the wrestlers who are there for a while. Much more so than I think just watching on TV and watching a live show once a year.
Yes.
You know? And so kind of like regardless of, how do I put this? Regardless of where storylines take these wrestlers, the Full Sail crowd, because they're savvy, I don't know, I'm not sure they're like legit responses to like the storyline beats after people have been there for such a long time. You know, it's more like they sort of, you know, they sort of like wink. It's like a wink and a nudge with that crowd. It's not like a legit reaction, I don't think.
I felt like it was a legit reaction when Tommaso Ciampa came out and his theme was Chorus of Booze. And there was that older lady in the front row that was...
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen now. If he came out with no music, he wouldn't get a chorus of booze.
Well, not now because he's been there for a year doing awesome work.
People people just like these guys too much.
Yeah, I know,
like
it's part of it.
Yeah, they can't... I don't know. It's
Although
it's like going to a play when you're friends with all the actors.
Forgotten Sons seem to get a pretty legit response.
Yeah, that's going to be the litmus test.
Yeah.
If they're around for like 2 years...
And they still say,
we'll
stay
see.
Forgotten.
Like Aaliyah, she's a heel, right?
Yeah.
But the crowd just wants her to do well because she's been there for
She's
so
been there forever.
long.
Yeah, I know.
And so they're just like cheering every chance they can with her. And it's not, I'm not criticizing it. It's just a different dynamic.
It is a different dynamic.
You know?
Did that ever happen in the Impact Zone when Impact was taping there all the time? No, because they were all tourists. They didn't care.
Maybe the 3 people in the front row.
Yeah, maybe.
The 3 people are always there in the front row. What are you doing over there?
The sticker wants to come off.
It doesn't want to do anything. It's not. Oh, that's going to bug you.
Anyways,
can you get it? Can you get it?
Yeah.
You got some like little jizz there. There you go, pal.
It's the adhesive.
Anyway, he says he lost the belt, still feels like champion, but losing made him realize that
he's
he
about to
doesn't.
continue.
No one will survive.
It's Tommaso Ciampa. He comes down the ring and he says, in short, Johnny, we're better together. It's taken you a year and a half to realize this, even though he was the one, Tommaso Ciampa, that broke up DIY.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ciampa goes on an extended pitch session to Johnny about reforming DIY for Dusty Classic.
Hold on, Karen.
What?
Karen's getting offended here. No, we don't. Like 5 guys cheer for Aaliyah. I don't know, man. I kind of get a vibe from that crowd. I know you're there in person, so you know way more than I do.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I'm just saying, I kind of feel like Aaliyah gets some cheers. I think it's more than 5 guys. If it's 5 guys, it's that dude that's like super vocal and 4 other super vocal
super
guys.
tall guy in the front row?
I think so.
Maybe. End of which Ciampa extends his hand, saying, let's do this. Let's get back together for Dusty Classic. Johnny shakes it. DIY has reformed. They are in Dusty Classic, looking to win the whole thing.
Crowd starts chanting DIY.
Yeah, getting Johnny a title back.
So they're back.
After that, backstage interview with Ricochet. Man, that jacket he had, the bow tie.
He looks like he was going to prom.
Oof.
Like a fancy prom, not a crack
Spectacular.
prom.
Yeah, spectacular.
Yeah, I like that he was able to reference that they were on main roster because, God, who knows when this was filmed.
The day after they were on SmackDown.
Okay, all right.
So
well,
the
there
first
you go.
week, because Johnny referenced it too.
Ah, okay.
And so did Ciampa. They all referenced it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ricochet saying, I think Alistair and I make a pretty solid team. Then we're going to talk to Regal and get us in this Dusty Classic business.
Yeah, that was good.
And we cut to outside Full Sail. Gargano and Ciampa are exiting the venue. And who's standing out there waiting for him?
Woo!
Candice LeRae.
Angry wife.
Oof.
Man, oh man.
So Ciampa scurries off.
Did you know? Yeah, did you notice Gargano's posture immediately slouched?
Yelp. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "No, trust me." He's like, "You better not screw up this time." And then she walks off.
Yeah. It's funny because you can tell like their chemistry when they're supposed to be mad at each other is not great. They don't really come up, but like because
but Johnny knows all the beats to hit to communicate that.
Yeah,
when she walks off, he runs after her.
Yeah,
when he's getting the death glare from his wife, he knows.
Yeah.
To kind of sulk a little bit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it is kind of annoying though. Every time we see Candice, I don't see her wrestling.
She's being angry.
I see her nagging Johnny Gargano. Come on, man, give me a break.
She's great.
Give me a break.
Let her wrestle more. First wrestling action of the night was Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah taking on Tanara Conchi and Xia Li.
Yeah.
I actually really like Tanara.
Me too.
I think she's really coming along pretty quickly.
I think she's good. I love Xia Li. She's awesome. And then Vanessa Boree, it was a decent little match.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
The finish was a little weird.
I actually turned away for the finish.
Aaliyah does like a swinging neck breaker, and I think it's supposed to land on Vanessa Bourne's knee, like a back breaker, which is creative, but it just came off a little clunky.
Yeah.
So maybe a little more repetition, they can get it down. In theory, it sounds cool, and I described that. It sounds like it could be pretty cool, yeah?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It seemed a little off, and then they won with it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's their finish.
I turn around and the ref
match is over.
So
yeah, Vanessa Bourne pins Xia Li after that neck breaker, back breaker combo type deal.
After that, we had Velveteen Dream lurking around. He was on his way doing something, and interview guy with camera came up to him.
Asking about the Velveteen experience with North American champion.
You want to know about the North American experience now? And then Undisputed Era roll up on him, and they just start giving him the business, Larson.
Called him Velveeta Dream.
They're like, what was it? Remember, when you were a kid, I know you watched your fair share of classic TV, which when we were kids is literally from the 50s. Now classic TV is like, Barney
From the
Miller.
90s, yeah.
Yeah. Or from the 90s, exactly.
It's the Wonder Years, pretty much.
Yeah. Remember Beaver Cleaver? What was that show? What was that called?
Leave It to Beaver.
Leave It to Beaver. Who was the villain in that?
Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell. These guys, it's like 4 Eddie Haskells.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just giving people the business, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, they start giving him the business.
Yeah, Adam Cole specifically saying, I want that North American title back. Dream, more
He
or less,
says,
no soul.
a lot of big words coming from a little man. Because he does kind of tower over all four of them.
Yeah, he's tall. Velveteen Dream's got to be at least, 6'3"?
Yeah, he's a tall dude. And the other guys are not.
They're all about 5'10".
Yeah. And so he leaves them pretty upset because he gets the last word, walks away, and they're like, "Whoo!"
Yeah.
It's funny because
well, then Adam Cole gives the interviewer guy the business. Says, why are you talking to him? You should be talking to me.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He's salty.
He's super salty. Bobby Fish cracks me up though because he just stands there and he just like
he tries to get a word in, but everybody talks over him.
I know exactly. It's the most awkward thing.
I know.
He really doesn't. It's funny because he fits amazingly because of Redragon, but like he doesn't fit with the rest of them.
He seems like the dad of the group.
Yeah, they're all doing frat boy stuff, and he's like the dad. You're right. Yeah,
He's the guy who enrolled in college late, but still wanted to be in part of the fraternity.
Yes, exactly.
So they're all in their early 20s, and he's
at
in
the
his
same
mid-30s.
time, he looks like and talks like an old timey guy.
Yeah,
he kind of has an old timey inflection in his voice.
A little bit.
It's great.
After that, Kathy Kelly's outside Regal's office. She says inside, Regal is finalizing the Dusty Classic bracket. She hears a commotion down the hallway. Her and the cameraman give chase, and it's Bianca Belair and Io Shirai arguing in the hallway about who should be next in line.
Yeah, man.
Take on Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, they're going at it, and then one of the coaches, was it Sarah?
Yeah, I think it was Sarah Amato.
Who's the other one?
Serena Deeb.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think it was Serena Deeb.
Yeah,
when they're not facing the camera, I can't really tell who it is. I kind of can, but it kind of looks similar. After that, we had oh man, dude, this freaking match.
It's pretty cool, man.
Holy crap!
These two guys have really good chemistry.
I am terrified whenever Dijakovic.
Top notch.
Dijakovic.
Let's call him top notch.
I can't get used to that. So it was top notch. Dominic Dijakovic versus Keith Lee.
Yeah.
What do you think of Keith Lee's? I didn't notice his entrance music.
Oh, he's that for a little while.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more up tempo than the one he had previously.
Yeah.
The other one was too mellow for someone who was
Is
limitless.
that him singing on this?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Kind of sounds like it might be. It sounds like a guy like. So I had this friend back at Washington Mutual I was talking about before, John Martin, and my friend Dylan comes to me and is like, "Hey, dude, if you ever listen to a Tool song and close your eyes and listen to Maynard sing, and imagine that it's John Martin singing, it totally fits, doesn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So when I think of the male vocals in Keith Lee's theme song, and I close my eyes and I imagine him doing it, it fits.
Maybe, I hadn't thought about that because I didn't notice that because I feel like Keith Lee would have like a velvety baritone. He's got like a pretty deep voice, and he's kind of got a melodic way of talking as it is.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but I kind of feel like
deep.
it's kayfabe deeper than it actually is. I just get that feeling that he sort of puts on a voice like this.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestle Dude says Keith Lee is singing his theme. I think he also sung a little of Mia Yim's. That's what the Wrestle Dude said.
Are you serious? Is that
Yeah,
sourced?
Julie Slattery saying new music is Keith singing. It's on Spotify.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That makes me very happy. That's great, man. You know they got big plans for you when they let you sing on your own theme song.
I hope so. Keith Lee is remarkable, as this match is a testament to.
Dude, okay, so my only issue with this, and I know it's going to be part of his moveset, I get freaked out every time that big, tall, top-notch does that moonsault because I just get images of Sid in my head of those little ankles of his just snapping.
I imagine he's done that a lot more than Sid ever did any move off the second rope.
I think you're totally right about that. Doesn't stop me from getting freaked out.
Yeah, the match
This was such a fun match.
Yeah, it started with a bunch of one-upmanship and kind of culminated in top-notch trying to flip Keith Lee over. Keith Lee lands on his feet. Mm-hmm. They do a couple shots that's reminiscent of the Kota Ibushi Will Ospreay bit and lead up to Wrestle Kingdom. Great stuff. And then it starts getting more physical. Top Notch hits Keith Lee with choke slam. Lee kicks out. Lee hits Top Notch with a devastating, ridiculous spine buster, almost a choke slam.
Yeah.
Top Notch kicks out. And then Top Notch kicks Keith Lee off the apron, lays him out with a moonsault.
That bit where they ended up backing up into the corner, but Top Notch, it was weird. Like Keith Lee just sort of like popped him up. Like just from a he's right in front of him.
Oh, so the powerbomb.
And then he gets popped up into powerbomb position.
I know, it's crazy.
And even more, I was like, oh, whoa, what was that?
I know.
Oh, man. I was like, oh, how do they do that? Because they're so big.
I know.
God, this is such a fun. It was just a PWG match. This is so much fun.
It was like a teaser for a PWG match.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get to have a match at TakeOver. Really show off what they can do.
Oh, dude, I'd love it. I wonder, I really kind of am curious as to what. Number one, I've never heard a Donovan Dijack promo. I've never heard one. I have no idea. They push his Croatian ancestry quite a bit. Is he going to have an accent? Does he have an accent?
He didn't in the vignettes they aired before.
Oh, you're right. That's right. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Right on. That's good.
I feel like it's going to be over the top and a little cheesy.
I'm just kind of curious what kind of character stuff they're gonna give him. Mm-hmm. What kind of story are they gonna put him in with Keith Lee beyond just big dude versus big dude?
Who can put on good matches?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to see a little bit of character stuff.
Yeah, same. Anyways, match ends in a double count out after that moonsault. We're gonna get more of this for sure. Next, Regal tweets, taking booking notes from We Book Raw, that Io Shirai and Bianca Belair will have a match in 2 weeks. Winner of that match will get Shayna at TakeOver New York.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Sasha Banks and Bayley return home.
Whoa.
Full sail.
Yeah, that was crazy.
With those women's tag team championships. Come down the ring, drop the promo, talk about how great it's to be back. It all started there in NXT for them.
Talk about a Full Sail crowd that was totally on, man.
Yeah.
I could just imagine what it would be like to be there. Sasha's friggin' Tron and music hits. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
And then Bayley right after that.
Oh, it's fantastic. And this is the kind of thing that I think can be really, really effective. Number one, so somebody tweeted at me, who was it? Was it Wrestle Dude? I don't know. Somebody said that Sean Ross Sapp said on Fightful's podcast, whatever he has going on, that and I have not verified this at all, that Fox apparently wants their own roster. And so any notion of the brand split being, a thing of the past is probably not legit. So I did not verify that. I don't know. But I could see how this kind of, if you keep the brands essentially the way they are, but where it works, where it applies, like, for example, I think that they could do the same thing with, honestly, all three divisions really could have their own women's mid-card title.
Yeah.
But to have another cross-brand belt, I don't know, man. I think it'd be great. I really do. Because things like this are so special and so interesting. Mm-hmm. And as long as you utilize them correctly and where they should be, I think it could work really, really well.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do it all the time.
No.
They said they are here and they want to have a match.
They want to defend those titles on Raw, on SmackDown, in NXT.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I really want to see. I know that Io Shirai should be challenging for that women's title. I get that, and I would love that.
Sky Pirates versus Sasha and Bayley would be spectacular.
Honestly, I'd maybe prefer that. Like, especially if they did it. I don't know if I mean, they're in NXT saying this. You would think they would use the NXT platform to have the match.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's kind of a big match.
Yeah.
That is funny. That's totally non-news right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know what kind of match we'd get if it was a takeover. And that, to me, is kind of everything. You know, to have like a 25-minute, 30-minute long match between Sasha and Bayley and Sky Pirates.
That'll be spectacular.
That'd be killer.
Have it on a takeover, too.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we wouldn't get 25 to 30 minutes on
no.
Probably
not.
That's what I was saying.
And after that main event, really good match between Mia Yim and Shayna Baszler. Did a hell of a job telling the story here in this one. Mm-hmm. Mia came out on fire immediately. Kind of leads to her and Shayna on the outside of the ring. She sets up Shayna's...
Oh, sorry.
What?
Karen in chat was talking about Izzy. how Bayley had to calm Izzy's nerves about Sasha being there. She's like, no, she's okay now because remember Sasha made her cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mia Yim stomps Shayna's hands on the ring side to follow up with a kick. Shayna moves. Mia kicks those ring steps. So the whole story of the rest of the match is Mia's leg versus Shayna's hand.
My freaking leg was hurting after this match, man. They did such a good job.
Shayna went to town.
She did such a good job selling that stuff.
Working on that leg, and Mia did a great job selling it. At one point, Shayna puts Mia in the clutch, and then Mia grabs Shayna's hand and kind of like twists it to break the hold. And then Shayna transitions to a heel hook, and then Mia gets to the ropes. And then the finish saw Shayna once again put Mia in the clutch. Mia tries to grab the hand again. This time Shayna uses her legs to trap Mia's arms against her body so she could grab the hand, and Mia had to tap out. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good stuff.
Really good match. Pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. It's funny because, these people are like best friends. So it cracks me up to see.
I think Shayna helped train Mia when she decided, I guess the story, from what I understand, is Mia used to be more of a high flyer, broke her leg, and then tried to adapt her style.
Oh, and Shayna helped her.
I think so.
Do that.
Learn more about submission wrestling, yeah.
'Cause I know those two and Jessamine, I think up until maybe they still are roommates. So it's funny to see them all like tweeting at each other and stuff because, they're probably next to each other cracking up watching TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got NXT UK. Thank God. I hope this is the last one shot from Phoenix because it loses everything when that's the case.
I think there's maybe one more.
You think there might be one more?
Might be one more. They shot 3 episodes.
Isn't this the third one?
Maybe it was.
I don't know.
I remember.
This is, I think, my favorite of the batch so far, though.
Yeah, the wrestling was the best.
We got Cassius Ohno versus Walter.
Yeah, Hoss fight.
Man. That was cool. That was really cool.
Tyler Bate versus Jack Gallagher was fun.
And that was a really fun match.
How come Jack Gallagher doesn't wrestle like that in 205 Live?
I don't know. Bugs the crap out of me.
Every time he has a match in anywhere other than 205 Live, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty enjoyable.
I know.
Doesn't do that in 205 Live.
The thing about him is that he seems to enjoy coming up with new ways to wrestle in that very odd, charming style of his.
Yeah.
The, old-timey funny guy style.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's so much fun. I'd actually love to see him on UK like permanently.
Yeah.
I think he'd make a great addition.
It seems like his matches are far more inspired.
Yeah.
This is just all technical wrestling. Mm-hmm. There's that great sequence towards the end where they did kind of like the rolling pin attempts, seemingly for a minute straight.
Yeah.
And Drake was down there trying to count the pinfall. It was pretty comedic.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I love that stuff. I like when Tyler Bate gets to fight guys that are his size. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it either way. I enjoy when he gets in there and he does feats of strength against giant men.
Yeah.
But when he gets a chance to like really mix it up with a dude that's smaller like him, I freaking love it. I think it's great.
Part of me wondered that Tyler Bate wrestled a lot that weekend. He was in the Worlds Collide tournament.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like went to Jack and goes, let's do a match with not a whole lot of bumps in it.
Yeah, let's just do a lot of old timey funny stuff.
And it was good. It was really good. In the end,
really
Tyler
good.
Bate won with a roll up following that series of kind of rolling roll ups around the ring. After that, we go to the UK Performance Center. They're running drills. Jordan Devlin comes out of nowhere and attacks Travis Banks.
See, and that's right. This episode did feature more. So there's like a Ligero iPhone promo. There was an Eddie Dennis one. There was this thing. So as my voice gives out. So yeah, it mixed it up a little bit more. I think that's why I like it.
There was more going on, yeah.
Plus that main event was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Next, there's a Nina Samuels vignette. The Nina Samuels show is coming.
Yeah, that's good.
Felt like they could have invested a little bit more money in the cards with the words on it.
Oh man, I don't remember that.
Yeah, like the edges were not sharp.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not NXT UK, but it's not production problems, man. Or it's not like amateur hour with some of the production has to be a little amateur hour.
Yeah, it was a little off.
Crap, now I want to know what you're talking about.
So, like during the video package, there'll be just words that show up on the screen.
Yeah, sure.
And the edges on the text weren't sharp. Wasn't a sharp line.
Were they like pixelated or something?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
It
seemed like they weren't vector graphics, and they made them really small, and then blew them up.
Oh, yeah, that's ugly.
But it was more so just the edges.
That's weird, man.
I don't know if you'll notice it on your phone, though, because it's going to be small. I was watching on my TV last night. It was really noticeable. Next, we had an Eddie Dennis iPhone promo. Mm-hmm. So I was writing down something else, and did he say that he just got injured? He's talking about tearing his pec muscle, or he was injured previously.
No, that was the previous thing.
Okay, so I did hear it correctly.
But he's got the weirdest. His voice has so much character, and it doesn't match him at all. He said like his voice is so like it's manic. I don't know about manic, like.
He's like teetering on the edge.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
what it sounds like.
And I love it. But then he looks like the dude who's, we've said this before.
He looks like a headmaster because that's what he did.
He looks like, but he also looks like Rec League guy.
Yeah. Like he's doing intramural pro wrestling.
This came after the Jordan Devlin thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Gee, that was a long ass match.
Yeah, it was a long match. Okay. Well,
oh my God, you're right. No, I can totally tell.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
It's like it was on a card with like. It was like they didn't do them as transparent backgrounds.
Yeah. Like they had to key out the background.
They had to key out the background.
And so there might have been some bleed from the text to the black or white background.
I love the shot of Walter in these stills for Matt. Match coming up next week. Him versus or whatever or next, because Walter just looks. Walter looks perpetually put out.
Mm-hmm.
Or confused.
Mm-hmm. No, put out. He looks inconvenienced.
He looks inconvenienced. His little tiny, like his mouth and nose and eyes are all scrunched up together.
Well, let's talk about Cassius Ohno versus Walter. Quality Haas battle.
Killer match, dude. God, it was just.
Yeah, he looks annoyed.
Look at that.
Just
looks like
annoyed.
somebody farted next to him. Anyways, yeah, I was kind of happy that Cassius. I was happy for him that his ring attire includes a shirt, so he didn't have to withstand any of those Walter chops.
He took one.
Yeah.
One overhand one. They're really being they're not really being terribly generous with Walter chops.
No,
they're one a match.
They're
yeah, they're kind of meeting them out in small doses so that when
they're more effective.
There's a chop assault probably on Peter Dune's chest at Takeover.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
You can't give everybody hamburger chest, dude.
No, I know.
I know how much you want that deep down. It's like, when I'm watching something, I just want action now.
Yeah. I want chops.
Yeah, I know.
The Walter match, I want chops. He's got a great boot, though.
Yeah, he does have a good
His
boot.
boot's great. His powerbomb's great.
Powerbomb's great. That's what he ended up winning with.
Yeah.
Powerbomb.
It's a hell of a powerbomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's also had plenty of stank on it, too.
It'd be great if Ono stayed in the UK, too.
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't want to do that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like when guys like move around and do different things.
Yeah.
I really just want him on my main roster. I want him with Thebar. I want Ono with Thebar.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. That'd be spectacular.
I know.
Next, Ligero iPhone promo. He says, Joseph Connors says, Ligero beating him the first time was a fluke. Let's have another match and figure that out. So that's happening next week.
This is one of them dudes who just needs to let all his talking be done in the ring because, it doesn't help. Maybe it'd help if he took the mask off, but he's not going to do that.
No, that's his gimmick, man.
That's his gimmick. But his voice and his promos are just. It feels like a dude who's got to deal with it.
Yeah, well, like the mask.
Justice Connors, you want talking about all these new toys of yours?
The mask encumbers his ability to talk.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, he can't talk normally because he's got that mask on.
Yeah.
Main event: Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch taking on grizzled young veterans.
Grizzled.
For the tag titles. This was a fun match. Gave it plenty of time.
Grizzled young veterans. Waymaker in chat said Eddie Dennis is pants. I think that's an English term for not good.
Yeah, I don't think he's a terribly huge fan of Eddie Dennis.
No, he's not. I think he hates him, actually. I love Eddie Dennis because of all of his weird quirks. Anyways, yeah, that was a really fun match. It's kind of what you'd expect. A couple of hard hitters against a couple of hard hitters.
Yeah.
Birch kicked out of a Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, I don't think that's uncommon, though. But it wasn't those draping ones from the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
It was great. Oney Lorcan hits a doomsday uppercut. Birch covers because he's a legal man. And then Gibson basically hits a Northern Light suplex on Lorcan onto Birch to break up the pinfall.
Yeah.
That was rough. There's this great spot where Oney Lorcan has James Drake in a single leg crab, and then Gibson puts Birch in Shankly Gates, and then Lorcan starts slapping the hell out of.
They're all face to face,
slapping, and then Lorcan does the thing where he slaps a bunch of times, breaks that hold.
Lorcan has some really good slaps.
Yeah, man, he's got great slaps.
He's made sure to lock down he's got the market cornered on slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorcan and Birch hit their finish on James Drake, but then he kicks out, and that leads to Gibson and Drake hitting Ticket to Mayhem on Danny Birch. They win.
Mm-hmm.
And successfully defend those tag team championships.
Yeah.
Good match, though.
It's one of those things where you kind of know that when you know the outcome, it's really not
It takes some of the drama.
A little bit. But it was a fun match. I could watch both these teams go quite a bit.
Hell yeah.
And then we have 205 Live.
Man, a couple of really good matches here.
We are in this kicked
Tournament
off
mode.
This kicked off the Buddy Murphy Invitational Tournament.
Yeah, pretty much. He's on vacation.
That's what he called it.
While this whole thing was happening, even though when he was celebrating Tony Nese's win, that was great. He was kind of over the top celebrating. Says, "Come here, production assistant, come celebrate with me."
Yeah,
that was pretty fun.
That was good
Anyways,
stuff.
First match, great match too. Kalisto versus Tony Nese. Before the match started, we got a Lindsay Dorado Kalisto iPhone promo. Kalisto saying he wants back at Mania. He wants that cruiserweight title back.
Sorry, Kalisto, not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen. There was a couple nasty spots on this too.
Boy, I think it'd be cool if they did a Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy thing.
It totally should be.
It really should be. I mean, Tony Nese wins, him and Buddy Murphy are celebrating, and then Buddy Murphy turns on him and just annihilates him.
I think Tony Nese could be a pretty over face.
I think he could be a killer face.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as far as 205 Live's concerned.
That should definitely be the direction they're going. I don't know if they will. Because Tony Nese can deliver in the ring, man.
Yep.
He can pretty much do it all.
Yeah.
Super athletic, strong as all get out.
Body guy.
That wheelbarrow German suplex that he hit towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Ow. I was worried about Kalisto in the replay. I noticed that he made sure he tucked his chin, kind of landed on his shoulder more, squaring the back of his head, man.
They're professionals.
In real time, that looked like it was rough.
Yeah, there was a German suplex during the next match, the Drew Gulak versus Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, it
match.
seemed like they actually knock Brian Kendrick a little loopy. So Drew Gulak had to kick out of the pin for him.
Yeah,
it seemed like. Anyway,
yeah.
Tony Nese won with the running Nese. As I mentioned, backstage, Buddy Murphy was celebrating with PA. It was great. I'm kind of liking what they're doing with this Jack Gallagher Humberto Carrillo thing.
Oh, I love this, man.
So
I love Humberto. I think he's fantastic.
So they were backstage, and Jack Gallagher had an iPad showing Humberto Carrillo what he did wrong last week. He said you did all this, and you could have inflicted the same amount of damage with a basic wrist lock.
Right.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and even so, I think it's been a while, so he's still getting used to it. But I think even Jack Gallagher seems to be enjoying what he's doing with Humberto Carrillo.
Mm-hmm.
Because like going back a couple weeks to his win against Lindsay, I think it was, and he was all overwhelmed with joy just for having won a match. I feel like at that point, because they started doing the Humberto stuff, he sort of started, enjoying life a bit more.
I kind of feel like he enjoys the character stuff of wrestling just as much as the wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Next, we have Mike and Maria Kanellis backstage with Drake Maverick. They're trying to make a case to get a match or get in this tournament, and Drake says, well, next week you have a match. But he didn't say it was a tournament match because it's not.
Yeah.
They announced later on there was 2 tournament matches next week, neither of which involved Mike Kanellis.
Yeah. Well, he'll get into that tournament somehow.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
he won't.
Or he
I
won't.
don't know. I feel like they're scripting him week to week. And every week they're like, yeah, we're not going to pull the trigger on you getting any sort of redemption yet, so we're just going to keep on having you lose. And then it's up to you to cut promos on Twitter or, whatever to justify why it's okay, And
then eventually we'll work it all out.
Exactly. So I'm going to get a win later?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. One way or the other.
I mean, one way. If you'll be around here long enough. At a certain point, you'll probably win a match.
Exactly. We're not letting you go, so
yeah,
you're going to be here.
Don't know if you have a story, but
yeah,
you'll lose.
I'm sorry. Did you get paid this week? Okay, good. Direct
right,
deposit, $1,000 this week?
Yeah, what do you worry about? What wins or losses for?
You're good.
You got to win your bank account. That's all that really matters.
Wow.
Next main event, solid match. Drew Gulick versus the Brian Kendrick. This is hella technical to start, and it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
And then Gulick hits that German suplex. I'm like, ow.
I showed that because Devin comes wandering in, and I'm like, what's up, dude? And I gave him my old phone because his phone is just awful. And he was like, what are you watching? He was like, so they actually hurting each other? And I'm like, well, like it's scripted, but look at that. That hurt. And I showed it was just happened to be on the German suplex. And I'm like, oh, he looks a little rattled right there. He's like, yeah, it looked like it hurt. I'm like, basically every time these guys get into a match, it's like going through a minor car wreck or sometimes a major car wreck, you know? So explaining wrestling to my stepkid.
Yeah. Match got a little more physical. Still plenty of awesome technical stuff. Kendrick managed to come to well enough that he hits this really good dragon suplex on Drew. But Drew no-sells completely and lays out Brian with a lariat.
Yeah.
But then
that was a good looking
That was
lariat
cool, yeah.
too.
Kendrick goes for sliced bread. Drew counters with the Gulick. Kendrick escapes. Transition, locks in Captain's Hook. Drew escapes. He hits a power bomb, but then Kendrick kicks out. Kendrick goes for a roll-up. Gulick kicks out and then transitions immediately into the Gulick. That was a really cool segment. And then Kendrick passes out. Didn't tap out, though.
The Wrestle Dude here in chat, they're discussing ways to get Mike into the tournament. He said, how about Mike attacks Cedric before he reaches gorilla position and Mike takes his place in the tournament? That'd be some expert booking there. And then during the match, they say, hey, I'm sorry, we announced Cedric is dead. Mike Kanellis is killed.
Oh, now you're just doing WCW bookings. Not really cool,
exactly,
man.
because they watch. They feast.
No, they don't. Not at all. At the end of the show, it was announced that Humberto Carrillo will be taking on Oni Lorcan next week in tournament action.
Ooh, Carrillo's going to win that.
As well as Akira Tozawa versus Cedric Alexander.
Cedric's going to win that.
Both should be quality matches.
Yeah, it should be really good. Anyways.
Question time.
The
DeMarcus Williams, did we ever find out what the original plan for Gargano, Black, and Ciampa was going to be if Black never got hurt? Just curious. Thanks, guys. I remember hearing the story, what was originally in the works for that, had Alistair not gotten hurt.
Because they were...
This would be a triple threat.
It was going to be a triple threat.
Takeover.
Yeah.
After Ciampa had won the title.
I mean, given where they are at now and what they've done, I find it hard to believe that they probably would have gone a bit more in the direction of DIY sort of being on the same page. Like Alistair still wouldn't have had that title, I don't think.
Jeffrey Nguyen, happy birthday to Enforcer Stevie Bradley.
Happy birthday to Stevie Bradley.
Kelly88, 2 super chats here. One, just money. The other, with comment. Guys, I need to hear Bianca Belair and Matt Riddle having conversations saying, bro.
Girl.
Bro.
Tom Camden, my girlfriend, non-wrestling fan, heard the name Velveteen Dream for the first time the other day and said it sounds like an after-dinner dessert. Now I have that image stuck in my head.
I guess like red velvet cake.
Can you think of any other wrestlers whose names could be desserts? Well, I mean, depending on how you live your life, cheeseburger. I just had me a good salad. I'm going to have a cheeseburger for dessert.
I feel like this should be way easier.
Yeah, I'm running through names right now.
Trying to think of anything that sounds like a cake or a pie.
Yeah, I know.
Or an ice cream delight.
See if Chad has anything. No, nothing.
Nothing. All right.
I'll take a little bit of the Jeff Cobb, please.
There you go. Jeff Cobb salad. Again, that's an
That's
entree.
a salad. That's
an
a salad,
entree,
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I got nothing.
I got nothing
I
right
got
now.
nothing.
Lake Lock.
Brutus Beefcake. There you go. Thank you, Wayne Maker.
That sounds like an entree too.
Yeah, beefcake. Sounds like a British thing. Sounds like something you get at a pub.
It sounds like another term for meatloaf.
Right. You want a chicken pot pie or a beefcake?
Yeah.
I'll take a beefcake.
Lake Lock. Here you go. Buy a toothbrush, Steve. $2 for you to buy a toothbrush.
I have one. I just didn't utilize it this morning because I'm disgusting.
Sammy Garcia going in raw math on Vince's singing career. Oh, that's like a 2.
I would give it like it'd be sort of like the Benoit legacy. It'd be like in the negatives.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see here. Wolfpack for life. I love this. Trying to get in the mind of Dave Meltzer. Do you think Meltzer factors in that NXT wrestlers have multiple months to plan out a match into his star ratings? At times, I think it's unfair to compare NXT to the main roster. I doubt he takes that under consideration.
He takes it under consideration or out of consideration?
I doubt that factors into his star ratings, how much prep time they've had.
Oh, I don't know.
I really doubt it. I think that he probably factors in. He probably places them in the context. I mean, I personally do this when I think of a match. I'm like, wow, that match was great, but you put it sort of in the context of what I've seen before from those individuals. Like if it's a rematch, obviously, or what I've seen from other matches from those same competitors. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Greg Morris, do you think WWE would ever induct a match into the Hall of Fame? That's a good idea, but
that's interesting.
But I don't think that
they've been doing it for, I don't know, well over a decade, almost 2 decades, I think, inducting talents in the Hall of Fame, and they haven't done a match yet, so I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
At this rate, Joshua Martinez skipping class because we had 2 snow days this week. Senioritis in college is more dangerous than in high school. Have you guys watched WoW on Access? Have not
no,
yet.
I do not have access.
I don't think I do either. Yeah, I don't think I do. I have to check. Wayne Maker. This is Sienna's first Going in Raw live experience. I'm parenting solo tonight. Can she get a shout out, please? She said that's Bama's daddy and his friend.
That's true. That's totally true. Hi, Sienna.
Hi, Sienna.
And belated happy birthday.
Yeah.
Taco Dan, if Sasha and Bayley do defend their titles against an NXT tag team, we kind of answered this earlier, but we can definitively say, would you rather see that match? No.
Oh.
Would you rather see that match at a major pay-per-view or a takeover?
Takeover.
It's takeover. Yes.
Takeover.
All right. Let's see here. Moving on. This is a good one. Good idea. The Cult of False Realities asks, should they make the Dusty Classic cross-brand next year?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Heck yes.
1,000,000 times yes.
Heck yes. That'd be something else.
Who wins the first cross-brand? Mustache Mountain.
Undisputed Era.
Forgotten Sons. Let's see here. Yeah, that'd be good, Redragon. That'd be good. We want it, see?
We bested all you young whippersnappers. Twirling his mustache.
Tim Morris. Are there any wrestlers out on the indies that would go straight to Maine, or has everyone of note been snapped up? All right, man, let's take out All Elite Wrestling. Let's take out Impact. Let's take out Ring of Honor. Let's take out New Japan.
No, everybody's going to NXT.
Everybody's going to NXT. Really? Think so?
Yeah.
There's no holdouts out there?
Mm-mm.
Joey Ryan?
Mm-mm. He wouldn't go to WWE anyways.
Everybody's been snapped up, man.
Anybody that would conceivably maybe go straight to Maine has been snapped up for sure.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Especially if you take Ring of Honor out of the equation.
Cal Jack. Straight to Maine,
They're
baby.
smart.
Straight to Maine.
Scorpio 85. When will Walter versus Peter Dune finally happen? Speculate. Well, I can't speculate because I know when it's going to happen.
Okay. I'm going to speculate next takeover.
All right. Nick C. I'm going to Las Vegas Toy Con this weekend to meet some WWE superstars. I'll tweet the photos to you once I get them. Have a good weekend, guys.
Hell yeah, man.
You have a good weekend.
You have a good weekend.
Have fun. That sounds like a blast.
Let's see here. Leviathan Bunny. Hey, friendos.
Hi.
How much shorter do you reckon Gargano and Ciampa's storyline has been made in light of their very possible full-time call-up to main roster after WrestleMania? If there wasn't a chance for this call-up, how much more could we have gotten out of this feud? I wonder. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I'm kind of curious if Triple H has sort of two roads in mind when he's booking this stuff. Like for a feud as good as Ciampa Gargano, if he says, you know what, if they don't get called up for 2 years, this is where I want to take it, but this is where I will take it if they get called up at the next thing, and I can just convince Vince, hey, I need one more takeover. This is how I can wrap it up in the next takeover, or this is the road. Yeah, or if he's just like, hey, I'm going to keep on booking this out, and they get called up, I'll figure it out then. I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
He's got a lot on his plate, so I find it hard to believe that he'd have time to do all that.
Yeah, no. So assuming they have a match Mania weekend, if they can hold out till June or May for that takeover, it'd be 2 years since they broke up.
Yeah.
My math is right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Kind of feel like, yeah.
They might be pushing it though.
I think. I mean, I get the feeling that if they hadn't had a call up, it probably would have gone another year. I really do. I think they could. I think they can get a lot out of this. I think they can get a lot out of it. Yeah. I really do. It'd have been like, I wonder if maybe that was a challenge. Like, let's see if I can continually keep this interesting. So, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Let's see if there's any other questions here.
Scorpio 85 says LMAO smartasses. Thumbs up. About his Walter versus Peter Dune question.
Oh, yeah. Jada Spirited. With all these NXT call-ups happening, I always wondered who from main roster would better fit NXT. Take every superstar from the three brands and put them in a pot. What would be your... Oh, I am not doing that. Is a lot of work.
Wait, what?
He said, what would be your dream NXT Raw SmackDown rosters?
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of work, Jay.
That's a lot.
Come at us next time with a question because that is way too much. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
All right.
That was crazy. Like it took us like 30 minutes to get to NXT, and then like we breezed through everything else. I feel like we missed out on doing 10 minutes just on that Eddie Dennis promo alone.
Well, I was leaving that to you. You're the Eddie Dennis aficionado between us.
I know. Sort of dropped the ball on that one.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking forward to that because I'd be like,
I
cool, I'll just take these 10 minutes off.
My pec torn off. And it took me a year to get, like, what is his story exactly? Is he a headmaster who has beef with his proteges?
They ditched that a long time ago, man.
But now he's talking about how he used to have a torn pec and he's coming back strong.
Yeah, it's the first mention of the torn pec, and it was kind of confusing whether he had just torn his pec or if it was something previous. Because he said, "When I come back."
Yeah.
Well, you're there already.
Well, I think he means when he comes back from his big defeat. He was using his torn pec as a metaphor for defeat and coming back, in the same way coming back from a match as exhausting. Like, dude, everybody else has come back from their takeover matches. You don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
I know you fought Dave Mastiff, and we actually haven't seen Dave Mastiff since then.
No, we haven't.
But come on now. Come on back. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. I should have done that earlier. Anyways, so that's it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Here's an ad for our Patreon. Remember, today's the last day. If you want that fancy comic book care package,
yes,
get your pledge in today. Till next time, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.